Okay guys, one of my favorite things in World of Tanks is to try to salvage a battle that you're losing and also to conduct a retreat. Now this was a classic. I checked with the other version of XVM, and at one point they had 4,000 HP and we had 2,000 HP, and we'd lost a lot more vehicles than them. Nevertheless, if you're in a fast-moving tank that's optimized for scouting, there is a possibility of staving off a defeat. And I'll try to show you how to do that. And for those of you that haven't fallen in love with light tanks, this is the only class of vehicle that you can do this in. If you were in any other class, I think you would not have the mobility to be able to do what I'm about to show you. So the Type 64 is, it has its deficiencies, poor acceleration, crap gun, but on the other hand, it's got the view range, and when your crew has 6 skills like my crew does, you can turn things around, especially when there's no tier. Well, actually against tier 7s and 8s, I could have done something similar because I would have had a more powerful arty. But I'm just going to show you every step of the way what I do here and why I'm doing it. So I should also explain that the T67 here and the 5916, they broke one of the rules. And that rule is simple. Do not even try to do something that's impossible. There's 2 arties in this game. They were going up against heavy tanks, and they just cannot compete. And they tried to. And they've got the speed to get out of here. So, you should never attempt to do something that is beyond the abilities of your tank, and also, given the lineup of vehicles on both sides, beyond the abilities of your team. And I'll just say one more thing, that AC4 platoon, they've got to learn how to survive at the start of a battle. Those 2 tier 6s to be dead this early is just ridiculous. Considering that there is cover, there are places they can fight and be effective without being destroyed. So they have to learn where to be. Okay, I'm going to hit the space bar. So my first objective is to get away from that T14. So I'm fleeing this way, but sort of towards the enemy, but I got to get away from him. And I believe he fired at me and missed. And now I'm going to go this way. You can see we've lost 6 vehicles to their 1. So I've evaded the T14. He can no longer see me. And unfortunately, this is developing really fast. We've got 2 arties. They have to be protected. So I'm going to go down the hill here. You can see he can't see me. Oh, he did see me. My apologies. Couldn't get a shot on him there. And it's very important to keep your distance in situations like this. The arties are hitting them. So I'm going to start shooting those guys from as far away as possible. T14 is coming on. The ARL is coming on. The reason they're attacking so vigorously, I think, is they think they've won the battle. And, well, let's see what happens here. They already got a nice hit on that T14. And this guy's in a bush, and that guy is also invisible. So, missed a shot. Now I got to relight the ARL. There he is. And watch what I do here. I'm going to try to attack him, but not sit still, because the arties will just get on me if I do that. So I have to keep. You fire, you take a jink. You fire, take another jink. Wipe him out, and then break contact. Right. You gotta shake them off, and the arties, and then go back for more. There's an arty shell, probably aimed at me. So I gotta relate the BDR, who's got a mirror. That's one of the most powerful tier 5 guns. Can do a lot of damage. Okay, he hasn't seen me. Now I can safely stop to shoot. Still got 8 gold rounds. Tracked. Okay, in my opinion, those 3 heavy tanks made a mistake. They should head to the center of the map, and then they're reinforcing strength. But they charged against a light tank, a tier 6 light tank with a 6 skill crew. You know, they don't know that, but my view range is it's an insurmountable deficiency as far as they're concerned. So those 3 guys here, I can even ping the map. They were here in this area. They should have gone here to help their other vehicles, what I call reinforcing strength. And if they had done that, it might have ended differently. So let's hit the space bar, and I'll explain the rest of my movements here. So I'm just going to double the speed here. 2 Artie's still alive, although he just got hammered by something, probably Artie. Okay, the reason I'm climbing here is, well, let's just see. Can't hit that guy. Okay. There. Forgot about him. Okay, now I'm a little bit ahead of myself here about the climbing business. And I once again, I'm throwing off the Artie here by moving. Okay, it's just 2 Arties and a scout. Now, still going 2 times fast. Okay, he changed his position. Now, the reason I'm climbing here is I don't want to be driving around in the valley there. I want to build up some gravity, make the map work for me, and then I can do a scouting pass at full speed. That's why I'm climbing here. And so back at regular speed, and you can see I can get back up to 72 kilometers an hour or more, and then just be ready to veer off the moment anything is seen. And it turned out to be the Churchill. Once again, they're advancing piecemeal, not simultaneously, right? If this Churchill, the M4, and the Stug 3 had pushed together, we might not have been able to stop them, but because they acted individually, that always makes it easier. So I'll speed up the action here, get some hits on that guy. I'm out of gold rounds. There we are. And once again, I'm avoiding Artie shells. Trying to keep the M4 lit. Okay, now I want to explain something here. I could have stayed in the bush here and shot that guy, but if he had seen me, I would have been motionless, and possibly, you know, their LEFH or the M44 could have hit me. So I decided to drive and fire and preserve my velocity. So I'm accelerating towards him. Build up full speed. Take a jink after every shot. Jink. Hit him again. Wiped him out. Now watch this. This is quite exciting. I'm trying to dodge their Arties right here. There's my correct speed. Ridiculously bad acceleration. And watch. There's the first shell. And I gotta throw them off. There's the second shell. And so there's the LEFH fired twice. The M4 is out of business. So it's game over if I don't make any mistakes. The chances of them recovering are pretty poor. And there's one more thing I want to explain here. I'll just show you. When the M44 appears, there's something I did here that's important. I just want to show you. I'm looking for him, or the other guy. Okay, watch this. Okay, I'm driving away from him, right? The way the spotting mechanics work, if I get far enough away from him, I can fire accurately and he cannot see me. So we'll just show you that. If I can actually hit the target. Let's check. 400 meters, there's no way he can see me. Not with my crew. There you are. So I capped out. I got Invader. The key thing is my mantra going way back in this game: identify strength, reinforce strength, fall back on strength. You know, it's a pub. I understand that, and I understand that it's hard to coordinate. Nevertheless, there are certain rules of thumb that you have to obey. And my main criticism of the enemy team is, you know, I wasn't really keeping track of what our team was doing, but on their side, those three heavies should have grouped up, or even the Churchill 3, right? Advance as a unit, possibly down the valley, near vehicles with better view range. The 5916 died early, but you know, even in a pub, there is a possibility of coordination, and that's my advice. Work together, communicate, and maybe this won't happen to you. Anyways, it's game over, and I hope you enjoyed the video.